Good morning, everybody. It is November 19th, 2021, and this is our weekly update for Migration 2021, which I guess I'm going to need to rename. All right, so let's get ourselves started with this one. And basically, I want to reiterate that the launch is not going to happen in 2021. We're still calling it Migration 2021 for now, but I guess it's really Migration 2022. It is all set for next year. The public date announced by Wholesale Payroll is May 1st, and we are among the very first of those to migrate. And so we'll, as the email said this week, we'll let you all know as each company is selected for migration that's going to start prior, most likely in March, for all of our customers. So that means this year we're still in the same platform, we're still doing everything exactly the same, and nothing will really be any different for you or your employees. All right. There were no questions this past week via email, and we don't have anybody that's joined us this morning. So this is going to be a really quick update. That was the update. Nothing additional has come out from Wholesale Payroll for screenshots or processes or anything like that. So we'll move right along and get right to the end. That's it. Very short one today. If you would like to jump on, get questions answered, or have questions answered live, you can send them to me. You can send them to Al Wagner at TruePayroll.com, specialists at TruePayroll.com. You can text them over to 239-394-0358. Oh, and we do have a participant. So we'll bring him in. And let's let him connect here really quick. Hey, Anthony, there wasn't really much to update this week, so I was just reiterating the launch. And as you can see by the slide, where I'm already at, because there's no questions asked this week. Do you have anything on your mind that you'd like to get additional clarity on? And you're on mute. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi, Al. Good to see you. Yeah, I was away
you
for a couple of weeks, but I did watch 2 videos, so I was aware of the delay until May. And I've informed our staff that that's the case, so we'll just keep in touch. Are you going to continue to do these all through to May as well, you think?
The entire time, yeah, until we're switched over. I'm looking forward to actually being able to present some of the videos that I know are coming. They're in production and design, so as soon as those are, whether we get one at a time or we end up having 5 or 10 to look at, I'm excited to see that progress. So I know things are happening, and I know the development team is over there doing their thing.
Right.
And
you have to just leave them alone and hope that, and they'll get through
it. they will. So there were no challenges that were experienced. It was the decision on their part, on the Wholesale Payroll side, was more of a quality issue and making sure it's feature robust for launch. So it could have been a skeleton that was deployed, and so that team came to us and said, you know, what would be better? And I said, well, now that we have a date certain, we know we're good until the end of May, we can do a May 1st for us, and we'll not need to run parallel at all. All the testing, everything will be done.
All the testing will be done. So you'll basically just cut everybody over at the beginning of May, all of your clients.
There will likely be a process, not likely, there will be a process by which it will be starting in March to bring in what we'll call the more easy to process customers. And then as March and April progress, we have a slew of customers that are multi-state that present additional resource challenges, and they'll be last. So basically, we're going to end up starting in Florida and selecting those customers that are relatively easy to process, and then work our way up to the more difficult and challenging ones. And yeah, it's been very cool to see some of the development, I won't even pretend to understand how these guys
Yep.
do their coding. You know,
Yep.
but when they can show, and I've seen some of this, the data that we have go out to the tax engines and things that, and then have that information coming back with the right calculations and information, it's like, oh, yes.
Yeah, that's a
So
relief, isn't it? Yeah.
it's exciting. Yeah. I
Well,
never
you as an
doubt-
accountant can really appreciate it when the numbers come back right. I mean, somebody who's not an accountant doesn't care as much, but when you're an accountant, that's so vital.
Yeah.
I get excited when that happens.
And then being able to pass those results through to the next step and see those things
Yep.
moving.
Yep.
Even in skeleton form, like, okay, so now, you know, it comes down to how do you pretty it up? How do you dress it up, and make it so it's totally user-friendly and simple. I
Right.
like the design so far. If you have any suggestions, or anybody that ends up watching this has any suggestions for screen structures and styles that they prefer, by all means, this is a great time to put those forward and to show us. And then we can send those over to the UX design team and see what they can interpret and do to make them even better.
Well, I'll
'Cause we
certainly
wanna
keep that in
be-
mind going forward. So not a problem. I'll keep that in mind. Will you have
Yeah.
the same spreadsheet printout option? Like, you know, that's the thing that I have utilized for generating my journal entries for payroll, and it's gone very smoothly once I automated that process. Will there be something similar to that with whole payroll
Yeah, very, very much the same as far as the
as what
information that's
Intuit
contained.
produced? Okay.
And what I'll tell you on that, Anthony, it'll actually be potentially more usable depending on the system that the customer would then have. I know your system is a little bit older, if I'm not mistaken.
We upgraded
doesn't
the
really have-
summer, so we now have a
Is there an
we
import
now
process?
have an online version of church software. So
Will you
it's
send that to me?
Well, the name of it?
Can you tell us, yeah, what that is? Because what I'd love to
Yeah.
do is actually take a look at that and see what kind of API integrations they may have that we may be able to export for you.
well, okay, that'd be great. It's called Realm Accounting. I can send you a link for that. I'll make a note
As
to
in
send you a link.
REALM
REALM, and I
accounting.
can send you. Yeah. I'll just make sure I get the right name
Got it.
and get you.
Can
Realm
I do a
to
screen
Al.
share? Can you take a look at this really quick? This will be cool.
Yeah,
Let's go
sure.
to- Oh, wait, if I pull
Like
it over
we
here.
had an
Can-
old kind of
does that
clunky.
Does that show now? Can you see
Yep,
that or not?
that's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's their logo. That's the one we use.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I don't need to send you anything. They're really, I mean, we were using the old batch-based system that they had when I joined the church last year in the summertime, and we decided that we were going to transition, and we did that in the summer, and it went tickety-boo, no problem. On the accounting side, there were some issues in the database side because of what had happened before I joined them, and that's not the side that I maintain. So they had some issues and stuff to clean up, and I think it's still ongoing. But it's not a big church, right? So it's not a lot of people, but it still created, for example, people who were inactive in the old system became active again. They got resurrected through the transition. So they had to
Sure.
kind of redo everything in terms of, okay, these people are 150 years old. They're likely not alive anymore. You know what I mean? So, but it's amazing what a software upgrade can do to somebody's health. You know, it can bring them
Right?
back to life.
Wait, that sounds like the Democrats. Wait a minute. Like, oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's
I
the
mean, these
only
guys
thing I
aren't in the
can think-
voting business, are they?
Pardon? Oh, I don't
These guys
know.
aren't in the
Not that
voting
I'm
business.
aware of. I don't think it's.
Oh,
That's too funny. American politics is so fascinating. Never a dull moment.
and so
So
just out of curiosity here, I see that they have a payroll side of things. Have you ever checked that out? I mean, obviously I would never want to lose business, but at the same time,
yeah, I think what that is if you want to do it yourself, you know, so you can kind of look after your own payroll if you wanted to. And we made the decision that we, you know, we'd rather stay with you, and your support is the way that we have, you know, because I did review that with the treasurer of the church, and she said, no, we're just gonna stick with the payroll service that you guys provide, which is great. Because I think it would mean that I would have to do a lot more work in terms of maintaining it. Because once it's set up under you guys, then it just flows, right? And then
Yeah.
everything gets submitted and done appropriately.
Yeah,
and I don't have to worry
I'll be
about
curious
anything.
what their appetite is for allowing outside resources like us as a competitive offering.
Well, you certainly can mention the fact that, yeah, you provide the payroll for us, give them a call, and you can investigate to see if there's a way to take your data and make it flow through. If there's a way to do that, that would be cool. Now, I don't know if that's, because that's something that if you can develop a relationship with them, you certainly would open the door to facilitate similar relationships with all the other churches that use this Realm accounting system.
Yeah.
It's online. It's really slick. It's not the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't give a true accrual basis at this particular point in time, whereas the old system did, because it had a true accounts payable module. But for the number of accounts payable, we pay everything pretty well as we get it. We don't sit with a huge accounts payable balance or anything like that. We're basically, I may not pay it right away, but I set it up for a payment, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever it's due. So there really isn't that much going on in payables that we can't adjust just at the year end for our reporting purposes. It's not a big deal. But that's the only thing that was a